The Sidemen Charity Match has just passed. It's the day after, and I thought I'm going to rank every single player's performances on the Sidemen, the YouTube All-Stars, and even the managers. Let's just get straight in. So, this is our tier list. So we've got Man of the Match, pretty self-explanatory, there'll be one player for this. Brilliant performance, solid, average, could be better, and then did you even play? You've got to be bad to be in this one. Starting off with XQC. Now, I'm going to base it off like the previous years, right? He has performed bad in a lot of them, and he still did in this one, but it's an improvement. Over the years, he has said he's trying to improve, and he has improved a lot. He's a lot more composed. Made his pen save, even though it was against him. But regardless of that, he's composed, he can handle the pressure, but still can't kick a football high. But it's a starting point. I think I'd say average going into solid. He's not number 5432 for a reason. He's number one. Deji's never going to have a monumental game. We know this, right? But for the moments, there's just mental, whatever goes on in his head, he was okay. I think could be better. That's all I can really say. He didn't do a right lot. For Harry, it's an odd one, because with Harry, you always expect something weird. You always expect either him to clamp someone or a rocket ship goal, and he didn't get either. You didn't really get anything. He didn't do too much. He was good at progressing with the ball, but not a lot happened. But it was better than Deji, so I'll go put him an average. But it wasn't a bad performance by any means, but it wasn't, you know, quite the levels of previous games. Marlon, it might be it might be the first brilliant, because he got a goal, he got an assist, he won so many duels, he was great at passing. I think he had a bit of a struggle game in Match for Hope, so this is sort of his like redemption sort of game. So I think as an overall performance, you can't go wrong, and he was one of the highest rated players on FotMob, so I can't go against him. I mean, he got a bad rating, but I'd go solid, because although he did struggle, and obviously he was part of a defence that conceded 10, he looked good. I've never heard of Amin before, so I don't know anything about him. He still seem like quite a sound guy. He's good at progressing with the ball, he's good at passing, he's good at movement, he's pretty quick. He was actually flying into tackles, which is something you don't really see from a lot of the defenders, so it is something new. I'd say it's solid. There's nothing wrong with that performance at all by the standard that a lot of players have set. Laser beam. That penalty miss. When you're having an okay game, you want to set it alight by scoring a good pen, but that just wasn't very good. It's between these two, and I'm really sorry about it. I'd say it could be better, but it would be average if he scored the pen. Zerka, is it wrong to say he's sort of like the sidemen Hullet in these sort of matches? He's played striker, right back, centre mid, centre back. He's everything. Maybe next year's goalkeeper if they do another charity match. I'd put solid. Nothing wrong with it. Finally got a proper goal this time, not a penalty. So that's everyone in the Sidemen ticked off. He won a lot of duels, he did a lot of passing. Good game, very good game. Chris, it goes without saying, doesn't it? Better than Marlon? There's room for it. You always know Chris is going to dominate in these sort of games. Made plenty of passes, through balls, dribbling, exceptional. Because there's no Noah Beck around. I mean, you can't really go wrong with him, to be honest. Goal and assist. No banging free kicks, so he can't really tap dance on any Premier League free kick takers, but not a bad performance by any means. I'm going to put him top. I'm going to put him top of brilliant performance, because I know who my man of match is. Toby should, no, not should, but could have been there. With Toby, he got that insane goal. My only thing is, because obviously he's very selfless, like he wants everyone else to succeed. If he's just scored a lot more, I know that's not his kind of like, you know, who he is. He's not going to try steal the light. He wants everyone else to be in the spotlight. But you do know he was just levels above everyone else. Is it the first what? No, okay. I mean, he got a goal in open play, so would I put it brilliant? Yeah, I think so. I think I'd put it in brilliant. Goal from open play. I actually need to see across the years how many goals Vic has got in his charity matches, because I know he scored like yeah, he's got a bit of a scoring record to him. So he's he's building up his market value. Someone better go sign him. Nico, solid. It's not one of his best overall performances, but it's nothing wrong with it entirely. I just think it's quite a decent. He's quite wasteful with a lot of his chances, but I overall wouldn't say he did bad. He could have been better, bad, because he has dominated in these sort of games before, but nothing wrong with it. I feel bad because last year he'd be here. Now, could put him average. He could even drop lower because the standard he set. I know it's hard to live up to that again, but the standard he left in the first match to then come back and then do, he didn't do great this one. It's unfortunate, really. But overall, he looks really composed. His saves are good quality. He had a really good one on Toby, I believe, early on. I can't complain, really. It wasn't one of his best performances, obviously, but it's just not a bad one by any stretch. Danny Aaron's solid. I think he's getting better at winning his duels. He's making great tackles. That one on AB was top quality. And then obviously finally got his long way to goal. I think that goal he had, I don't know how he was so high up the pitch and had so much space, but kept it composed, took his time, took it well, buried it bottom corner. No, not much more you can ask for. Mr. Who's the Boss, Aaron. Oh, ooh, actually solid. His performance at the back wasn't the best, but that penalty was top quality and did obviously win him the game. I think I don't know how much football he plays. I've been a fan of his content for so long, but he doesn't talk football or much about it, so I don't know his football ability. But I'd say it's top quality, and the technique on that penalty, brilliant. Ginge, it's because he could be all of these. Is he better than Marlon? Nah, I'll put him ahead of Marlon. With Ginge, you know what you're getting. You're just going to get solidness at the back, someone who can win duels, win headers, and he will just clamp you. He doesn't care. It's a charity match, but he'll still deck you in half. He got the header from the corner by Chaz, I believe, who swung it in, and then obviously his 2 assists. If you're a YouTuber and you're in this charity match and you see Ginger on your team, you just know you can play it safe. You just know you've got the stability at the back to just trust him with everything. I feel bad. I do feel bad. The pen just wasn't good, and his performance wasn't the best either. But there is a positive. He is not very good on the ball, but he can progress and he can find good passes. And he actually had a couple of opportunities where he ran down the line and got past players. So I think there is a lot to work on. But I do think it was a decent performance. It just lacked a lot of defence stability, and he did seem out of place a lot of the time. I'm going to be careful with what I say because he is Spanish and he might get Sergio Ramos to deck me. You can't be Spanish playing on the wing and play like that. You can't have tiki-taka in your blood, right? You've met Lamine Yamal. How do you not know how to run down a line? I'm so glad he doesn't speak nearly any English, so he doesn't understand what I'm saying, because he would kill me right now. But it just wasn't a good performance. I think he did 1-2 touch skill around someone, and that was it. I feel bad doing it, but it is sort of the truth. KSI, I put him here, which feels weird to say because KSI, he's not a standout player, you'd say, for a lot of these charity matches. But 2 goals and an assist, or 2 assists and a goal? And he was locking people down very well. His passing range was brilliant, even when he was pulling up his shorts half the time. And I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. The only thing was, obviously, his physique just means he turns like an absolute truck. But I don't think he had a bad performance in him. I think he was one of the best players on the pitch, if not, top 3, 4, 5 best players on the pitch. Bezinga, solid. I think with Bez is FotMob gave him an awful rating, but I don't know. I didn't see that I saw a midfielder who wanted to get forward a lot. It's not quite the West Ham game, but it wasn't a bad game by any means. But it wasn't something stand out, so I think it was just okay. Carry, to be honest, it might be another. It does seem harsh. It's between these, but I didn't really see him on the ball. I didn't just see anything really. I don't know. He just didn't do much. He didn't appear on the ball. He didn't really find himself in good positions. I know football probably isn't his thing, but I don't know. I just didn't really notice him. Mini Minter, it just goes without saying, doesn't it? And really, a lot of people will be putting him as my man of the match. Just hold on, you need to see who mine is. But with Mini Minter, you come to expect this, okay? You expect this sort of performance. And I think 3 goals, it's just the normal for him at this point. 3 goals, 1 assist. And he did get the highest match rating, which, he's at, I think, since FotMob started doing it, there was a stat that he averages a 9.5 in 3 matches. That's genuinely absurd, but there's someone else who I'm going to put first, and you'll see that in a moment. Stay with Ronaldo. You can't be called Ronaldo and play like current R9 with the beer belly. You just can't do it. He just wasn't the best. He does seem like a really cool guy though. That's what I will say. But if you want to live up to that Ronaldo name, something's got to change if you get invited to the next one. A, B. Now, here's my predicament. The goal he scored, brilliant. The game overall he had, not much happened. A couple passes here and there, a bit of duels, but nothing major. So I think I'll put solid. The goal, sublime. That's one of the best ones in the charity matches in that history, because it was just so cleanly taken. Good bit of curl, very composed. I don't think you can really go too wrong with that. But the game overall for him, it does need a bit of work. But I would prefer if he got a bit more minutes. That's what he deserved. Phase adapt again, just nothing really happened. I feel bad putting people in this. I think Ronaldo could go in here, but I don't know. I know my memories aren't the best, but I do remember this game quite well, and I just don't remember him sticking out or doing really anything. So I can't really rank him too high. AJ Shabil, solid. The thing I did like was the AJ and Toby link up, because I think there was that moment in the game where they were just doing flicks and little headers with each other and just messing about like the prime Brazil. That I did like. So a duo like that, that's sort of like the Toby and Manny that we were meant to have. Overall, he's very good on the ball, very, very quick. Does look like a Pro Clubs character, but there was not anything bad about that performance, I'd say. That was a very good performance. It's been a long time coming. No, I don't think many people will also have man of the match. Everyone else will have Mini Minter or maybe Ginge. I've gone with Arthur TV. Arthur Tevorina, I'm going to call him now. You don't, from what I've seen of Arthur, I watch him on the Chris MD shoots and stuff like that, you wouldn't expect a player to play like him when you've seen them Chris MD videos. On Chris MD videos, he can struggle to shoot, you can say. But his pace was unbelievable, right? For someone, you like, obviously you never see him run in a Chris MD video. His pace is top quality. His dribbling does need a bit of work. He's not quite, agile, silky sort of player. But he can find a pass. He can dribble very well. He can run quick. He's got a bit of skill in him. If he had more chances to shoot and more chances to actually run down the line, he could have got like 5 GA easily, because he was just running riot when he had the chance. Jinxie, who did get him out of the match, I'd say brilliant as well. 2 goals, a massive improvement from last year. You can definitely say that. I would have quite liked if he started, but I think I'm looking at his stats currently again. Even defensively, as the striker he was playing, he was doing a bit. Dribbling quite well, finding good passes. 2 shots, 2 goals. You can't really ask for more. It's another one of them. He wasn't a player you're expecting to cook. I just think it was a game where he didn't, do a lot, and you didn't really notice him too much. Obviously he's not a player you expect to pull up numbers, but it wasn't a bad performance. It's just needs to be so much more. Max Fosh. Stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. It depends how you see it, because he did get an assist and he can play out the back and he can find great passes. It's just you can't live up to that first performance he had at West Ham. It wasn't a bad performance at all, but I think it could have been a lot more. And obviously that card trick, he always has it, and it is just top notch, and you can't fault it. Chaz, this one took me by surprise, honestly. Yeah, brilliant performance, I'd say. The goal, it was quite lucky, a little bit, but his overall performance, his movement, his dribbling, for someone, quite bulky, you don't expect that sort of movement. Rapid, he's silky on the ball, he can find good space, he can shoot, he can pass. If he scored that curling shot outside the box really early on into his substitution, that would have been probably the best goal of the game, by a landslide. The only thing I would say, please, if he gets invited to another one, start him, or at least give him more minutes, because what he did in that short amount of time, he could score 5 on his own. It annoys me he didn't get called up straight away, because he is just solid and reliable. Good goal, good bit of defensive work, good passing. He is a player who will actually just fight for the badge all the time. George, if he played more and converted more, he'd be solid to brilliant. Because there were so many chances. I think one of the worst ones was I think it was 10-10, and he had a chance to bury it so late on, and he just sent it wide. And it was a bad angle, from what I remember, but he could have done so much more. His game overall wasn't, bad, but it wasn't what it could have been. With a performance like that, the Italian does make sense, because he ran it like Pirlo. Brilliant performance. 2 goals. He could have had 4 if he wanted. Italian Match is the last person I'd expect to be playing these passes and stuff. But I suppose it's just in the Italian blood to just play passes at a next level. But for someone who can score twice and not do a proper mental celebration, that is a bit of an odd one. But overall, just top performance. I don't want to say it again, but I just don't remember anything. Like, I don't know if the game's just a blur, even though it was literally yesterday. But I just don't remember. The only thing I remember was him and Jinxie getting mixed up by the commentators and even myself. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Jack Joseph, hang on. You can't aura farm in that clothing for 90 minutes and step up for a penalty to get it all started and you miss. I truly think him missing that penalty is what caused the loss. Because how are you going to spur on your team if you're sending it flying? I know what you wanted to do. You wanted to rifle it top corner like your prime Harry Maguire. No! I mean, Cal Freezer, it's just a well taken pen. It's just a well taken pen. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just really clean, I can't think of proper words. Just a well taken professional pen. And that's what I like. But man of the match, Arthur TV. Second mini minter, Ginge, Toby, KSI, Jinxie, Marlon, Chris MD, Chazza, Italian Batch, and Vic. That is my ranking. But here's something I wanted to do alongside this. I have 7 awards I want to give out for this. So I've got best player, biggest surprise, biggest redemption, best goal, and the best moment. Best player, I think it goes without saying. It just is Mini Minter. I know I've put Arthur TV as my man of the match, but with Mini Minter you come to expect this sort of thing, but he's just the best player on the pitch. Biggest surprise for me, it's between 2, I think I'd say. I've gone Arthur TV, 3 assists, mental performance, and Chazza, right? No one could have prepared me for a 3 assist Arthur TV game. You just don't expect something like that. With Chazza, to move the way he does, to find the space and the passing the way he does, that's just not normal. Biggest redemption, I would personally give that to Danny Aaron's. I think over the years he's had pretty, you know, lackluster games in these Sidemen Charity matches. You know, he almost scored an own goal in the last one. He isn't, you know, someone who's going to win a lot of duels. He'll win one every now and again. But I think this year, he's flying into tackles, he's making good passing, and ultimately got his goal that he's been waiting for like, what, 3, 4, 5 years. Best goal, it just goes without saying, really. The Toby Travella from the free kick. To have the game started with that's disgusting. I felt ill seeing that, but the best moment is between two, and I think you know what they are. Deji going a WWE SmackDown about 5 minutes into the game, and obviously Max Fosh burning the yellow card. I still don't know how he's done that, but pretty sick. There you have it. That's my full ranking, my overall thoughts, just everything about this match. I really hope they continue to do these. I know this could be the last one. They haven't confirmed or denied anything.
Get me involved if you'd like.
Overall, brilliant game. Well done to the Sidemen for pulling off another one of these. Selling out the stadium. They raised 6 million. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but if it's ongoing, I'll put the link in the description to donate to that. Massively good cause. Thank you all for watching. Take care and have a good one.